Fashion emergency hotline.
Help, I'm hosting my annual pool party and I need to look fierce.
How about an amazing bathing suit?
It can't just be a bathing suit, it needs to be a major ensemble.
You need to go to Old Navy for the hottest swimwear, super soft tees and tanks, and the cutest summer dresses.
Old Navy?
Yes, right now get 30% off your purchase or 40% off if you use your Old Navy card. You'll find shorts, tees, and swimwear.
40% off? Oh, I'm sold. Now I can focus on my pool float decor. Thank you.
Don't thank me, thank Old Navy. Valid 7/14 to 7/18. Some exclusions apply. Subject to credit approval. See store for details.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Rambling On with Robin Birdie. Well, I've got my coffee. I hope you guys got yours. Blessed be the peacemakers. That's a Bible verse and a story I think we all need right now. We have all heard about the innocent lives that have been lost this past week. We've all are upset. And the fact that we are killing police officers, I will not understand why we are killing those who want to protect us. But I'd like to share a story with everyone about a girl who in her childhood had an attempt of a kidnapping on her life. She was with let's just say somebody she knows pretty well, and happened to also be outside. This person decided to break into someone's home, and during the time she was outside and this was happening, she had on only her pajamas, and it was winter out when this happened. Long story short, 911 gets called, the cops come, the responding police officer jumps out of the car, sees what's going on, sees that this girl is freezing and has no jacket and is only in her pajamas, takes his jacket off and throws it on her. He then realizes the truth that is happening, and he puts his arms around her and comforts her until she's able to go home and arrest the guy that did this and everything else. Because of this incident, this girl also and her family also had to have the protection of the police for a while, off and on, in her life. And those police officers went above and beyond to make sure this girl felt protected. They would even check on her in school. That's right, they would go to the school when they were doing their, police things, teaching about kidnap, not talk to strangers and don't do drugs and all that. And then they would take the time to stop by her classroom or lunchroom or wherever she was just to make sure she was okay. Whenever she would get scared in the middle of the night from the trauma that had endured, she knew she'd get up in the window and she'd look outside. And once she saw a police car drive by, she knew she was safe and protected. This girl got to grow up and have 3 beautiful children and had a beautiful life because partly due to these police officers. That girl is me. That's part of my testimony not a lot of people know. I'm not going to get further into it because it doesn't just affect me, but I am so upset by what we have endured and what police officers, and I am with all of you. In fact, my husband and I put a blue ribbon around our tree in our front yard because I am just heartbroken over what has happened. And I wanted to take the time to thank those officers who have gone above and beyond to rescue me in my life. There are people out there that love you and respect you. And if you're a police officer now or going into law enforcement, despite everything, you are the biggest heroes that we could have, minus the men and women, obviously the men and women that, are in uniform, but you are heroes in my book, and we love you and we need you, and know that the American people do stand with you. I realize that some people in this country feel that there's still racism. And obviously, yes, there is still racism. I mean, hello, the KKK still meets and has meetings, okay? But we have come a long way. And we cannot sit here and hold grudges over what happened long ago. What we need to do is we need to be better than our ancestors, be better than our history, and evolve and grow into better people. This is what we need to do. I'm sorry that there has been racism. I'm sorry that white people weren't always the best people, especially as far as Christians go. But there has been racism, hatred, mean people in every aspect of life. Know that the man that helped Jesus carry his cross to when he after he was beaten was an African Jew. That's right. The man that helped Jesus carry his cross was black. His name was Simon. And I think that's something we need to think about during these time periods is, why would God put that in the Bible? That was there for a reason. And I believe it's there, partly there, because God wants us to know that we're all unique and lovable. We're all unique, and that's why God made us that way. We're being unique is beautiful. God didn't want us to be the same and be plain and boring. That's why he created different skin colors and hair colors and eye colors and shapes. All around the world, we see all the beautiful colors that God has created. The greens, the reds, the pinks, my favorite color, the whites, everything. It's just a beautiful neatness of it all. Imagine how boring it would be if we all looked the same and our world looked the same. God did this because he wanted his people to be beautiful and he wanted his world to be beautiful. And that's the thing, is we are beautiful and we are unique. And we were created that way for a purpose. And we're all hurting right now. We're all hurting and we're all upset. And many of us are wondering what should we do? Should we attack the Black Lives Matter people? Should we, ignore them? Should we love them? I would say show love to those who are willing to let you show love to them. And if people are hell-bent, excuse my language, but are not listening to the gospel and accepting that love, then I would just maybe get myself out of that situation. But show love to those who need it as much as you can, because we need Jesus. There's hope in Jesus. And to those who feel that police brutality is a problem, I'm not denying that it is. I do believe there are some issues we have, but I don't believe it's necessarily the police officer's fault, and I also don't necessarily believe it's just for black people. However, I don't know what it's like to be someone else. I only know what it's like to be me. So I am open to the idea that maybe they are out to kill black men. Because I don't know what it's like to be any other color. I don't. I only know what it's like to be me. And I think that we all need to take time to listen to one another and take time for one another and to do what we can to have peace and unity, to stop the hatred, to stop the killings, and hold those who do these things accountable, whether it is a crooked cop or a criminal. Either way, we need to hold those accountable, and we need to stop glamorizing and ignoring those who break the law, no matter what their job title is, no matter what their skin color is, no matter how much money they do or don't have. We do need to have people equal in that. And I don't agree with this eye for an eye, but what I'm saying is if a criminal, if I were to go and rob a store and a police officer were to go to rob a store, both of us should be held accountable. Both of us should have the same punishment. One, I shouldn't get off just because I'm a woman, and he shouldn't get off just because he's an officer. You know, we all need, but there is justice in Jesus Christ and peace with Jesus. We need to have the hearts to forgive. That's what I'm doing. I'm very upset, partly due to the fact that I have members of law enforcement in my family. I'm very upset over this Dallas shooting, but I'm not going to hate those who may or may not have been responsible. I'm going to love them. I'm going to show them who Jesus was, and I'm going to be the hands and feet in Jesus, and that's what we need to do. We need to love them, show them love, as well as our police officers. Our police officers probably a little bit more because they're feeling really ran down right now. I encourage you, if you meet a police officer, on your way to please take time to let him know that, he is special and that you care about him and what he does matters. And let's love one another, please, and have unity. I beg of you, we need it so much. We need a broken nation will not stand. We need to be unified. Blessed are the peacekeepers, for they will be called children of God. That is a beautiful Bible verse because not only does that go to our men and women who fight, who are police officers and in law enforcement, who uphold to keep the peace and protect those who need it. That also goes to those of us who can strive to love everybody and keep the peace between the two parties. So that's what I ask that we do, that we just take the steps and that we show the world that there is peace and love and justice with Jesus Christ. Please take time to listen to people today, and let's just be better people and better than our history. I have to end this a little early. I apologize, but thank you for listening.
Fashion Emergency Hotline.
Help, I'm hosting my annual pool party and I need to look fierce.
How about an amazing bathing suit?
It can't just be a bathing suit, it needs to be a major ensemble.
You need to go to Old Navy for the hottest swimwear, super soft tees and tanks, and the cutest summer dresses.
Old Navy?
Yes, right now get 30% off your purchase or 40% off if you use your Old Navy card. You'll find shorts, tees, and swimwear.
40% off? Oh, I'm sold. Now I can focus on my pool float decor. Thank you.
Don't thank me, thank Old Navy. Valid 7/14 to 7/18. Some exclusions apply. Subject to credit approval. See store for details. Fashion Emergency Hotline.
Help, I'm hosting my annual pool party and I need to look fierce.
How about an amazing bathing suit?
It can't just be a bathing suit, it needs to be a major ensemble.
You need to go to Old Navy for the hottest swimwear, super soft tees and tanks, and the cutest summer dresses.
Old Navy?
Yes, right now get 30% off your purchase or 40% off if you use your Old Navy card. You'll find shorts, tees, and swimwear.
40% off? Oh, I'm sold. Now I can focus on my pool float decor. Thank you.
Don't thank me, thank Old Navy. Valid 7/14 to 7/18. Some exclusions apply. Subject to credit approval. See store for details.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.